Culling Black Label Currie Cup is right back at you. It's round 11 where A-Link Pumas are taking on the DHL Western Province. It's 5th on the log for the Pumas and 6th for Western Province. Western Province only winning 1 game and the Pumas with 4 wins and 4 losses. While the fans are out here and all the schools are out here supporting the Pumas, Mbombela Stadium has been the place to be. It's a Friday night, it's a balmy night, and the kids are really enjoying it. 24 degrees, as you can see, with a minimum of 20 degrees. Not much to talk about when it comes to the wind. When I look up, there's no cloud in the sky. Well, Western Province have made 4 changes, and those 4 changes all happen up in the pack. It's the front row that is a new front row with Quenzo Blosse, Jacques Van Zyl and Nathan Fouchier. Ernst van Rijn gets a chance, all coming back from URC. Nothing to talk about in the bench on the back line because it all stays the same. Well, that's on the away side, the traveling team, but it's the Pumas who've been the talk of the town, and the Culling Currie Cup winning away from home, beating Western Province by 37 points to 10. And then winning last week against the Sharks, and now they come up with this opportunity. Although 4 changes have been happening to them, 2 are be forced by a flu, which means Eddie Fouchier to a number 10 position, and Alim Kijima comes in at 12. It's Darren Lensberg who replaces Mpho Malembe at number 4 locking position. And it'll be a chance for Dion Slumber to make his first Currie Cup debut and his first game for the Pumas. The Pumas, the future. And yes, the kids are out here enjoying it as we head ourselves up for the round 11 of the Culling Currie Cup. Well, let's look at the past results between these two. And this is how this season looks like. At 8 of them both played 8 games, and this makes it their 9th game. Only 3 rounds are left in this competition. 4 wins and 4 losses for the Pumas. And then for Western Province, only that 1 W. Look at that points difference. It talks and it tells a tale. Now Matlaba, a leader amongst men for Western Province. Yeah, for the big challenge of winning away from home. The Springbok amongst them. Juan de Jong at number 13. Angela Davis has really shown as a finisher and as a player. Tristan Lades, the back 3, an exciting backline they do have. Looked after by Nazim Adams. Sergio Peterson, 50th appearance in the Currie Cup. Played a bit of rugby for the Cheetahs. Now donning the blue and white stripes. Gavin Cowley has finally joined me. He thought it was a quite quick move.
Yeah, had to leapfrog a little bit there to get over some people from the field, but wonderful to be in the city of Mbombela with a beautiful stadium, a wonderful playing surface that might be a little bit quick for some people's likings, but certainly that man, Willie Engelbrecht, who's shown this season that he's a true leader. He's a warrior. He's the sort of man you want to get behind, and he's got a lot to do with the success of this team. Kabani, I might have missed a little bit of what you had to say there while I was working my way up. But the big question I've got essentially is, do you think those 4 or 5 changes are going to really impact this Pumas team?
Yeah, you look at that, and we talk about Tennis de Beer, the man who really leads this team in the way that he drives, and he really puts the fundamentals up front and how they want to play the game. They field position, making sure that if they get the quick ball, they can play it flat. They can really attack them with continuity and a big explosive power they pack. They're going to miss that little nuances from that kind of player. And Paul Belefu, not a big difference for Mpho Malembe.
Ready.
With Darren Lensberg, who comes in with a lot of experience, especially in the line-out competing and getting the chances to really mix it up amongst the opposition's line-out. So they'll gain a bit from that. But it's a team that is a very close unit team. I think everyone is sort of understands their structures and the way they want to play.
Well, I might have a slight difference of opinion with you, which I'll share with you shortly, as Tim Sweel makes sure of a very good touch finder. I think Eddie Fouchier, when he was playing fly-off here 2-3 years ago before that horrific injury, was a key factor in their go-forward process, and obviously with his kicking too. Taking nothing away from Tinus de Beer, who's a really good all-round rugby player too.
I'll give you time.
They're going to miss out on having those two pivots who can really control the game. I think Ed Fouché adds a lot of value to a team, especially on the inside, because he can give him the space that he sees and he can convey the messages.
So first line out is a very good one, and it's a flat ball as well from Majima. And they've won the penalty. As we get closer to the knockout stages, are we going to see more penalty kicks at goal? Well, corner flag.
It all depends on what is needed. You think about this Puma side, the first thing that they want to do is to make sure that they can put scoreboard pressure, and having a man with such an accurate kicking success rate like Ed Fouché, you will take this opportunity. This is a great play from the Pumas, getting over the gain line. Alim Kajima picks a beautiful line into the vacuum, and there he has to release, but I felt that he did release. It's just so quick, and he's excellent on top of that ball. Namakaba, bit of a tough call for him. So it all depends if they need the bonus points and when they have to start chasing again, because everyone now will be sitting closer with their logs on, making sure that they can make the calculation of permutation.
Well, this is probably about 45 meters out. He's got no problem with the distance, but it's slightly offline.
22.
I'll tell you what, he was kicking beforehand, and I didn't see him miss one. It's the first one of the night, but it's the one that does count. That man in picture, Namakaba, is one of the best fetchers in this country, and he can make a difference for a team that's really been struggling this season. Just the one victory for Western Province. And Devin Williams' left boot is also a valuable one from the fullback. Up onto Tristan Lates. He's got a knack of getting out of trouble, Tristan Lates. He does it so well. Will we see a resurgence from Western Province here tonight?
Stop.
Lates. Pumas know this field well. Well positioned too. Back to Lates again, and now Tim Sweet. He's out of his 22, so it'll be an up and under.
Full back blue. Let's go.
Lates is the chaser.
12. Advancing. Right, yes.
Well, it's a quick take here by the Pumas, and it's very cleverly done as well. Catching Western Province very unawares at the time.
It's all backwards.
Namakaba, as usual, very much part of the mix, but it's the Pumas who come away with it. It's a scramble for both teams, but they'll have to come back, sadly. Western Province might have had an easy run in there, Cornel Schmidt. Oh, the last man penalised had a number 12 on his back. I seem to recall you had a number 12 on your back at times as well.
I love the position. It's my birthday too.
There we go, my boy. There we go.
Time's off.
Well, a bit of turnovers from both sides, and players really trying to force the play. And here, Sergio Peterson knocking on that ball. That's why we're back for a reset of the scrum to reset the game. With both sides looking to play the territorial game. No one really trying to play in their own half. Want to transfer the pressure and see if they can live off those scraps, and it's going to be a big game when it comes down to that breakdown. There's Devin Williams, kingpin on the side.
Of course, he used to ply his trade with Western Province prior to coming here to the Pumas, and he's been a real jewel for them, one's got to say. A little piece of gold from Mpumalanga.
Okay, Pink, let's go. Yeah, 12.
Got a little bit of a limp there, Devin Williams.
Okay, I'll come out.
You know, one always has a quick look at the time, and it's inside 5 minutes. So the last thing you need is another change in your team now.
Stability.
So with ball in hand is Crystal September, who's was quite outstanding last week against the Sharks. In fact, the whole team one's got to give them credit for that. And the big question, Western Province have got a new front row. They've made 4 changes, the front row, and Ernst van Ryan, who's in the lock position. Of course, he also plays as a loose forward. Had his fair share of injuries this season. These scrums are going to be really important. And the one thing that the Pumas have done really well in recent weeks are their set pieces.
Just get the gap between the two of you.
It's how they impose their will. They use their set pieces as another way of making sure that they can gain confidence. The scrum has become quite a strong weapon to alleviate pressure, get out of your own half, and you can put the other teams under pressure and cause to get yellow cards, and that way you can play with less players. So if it is one of your strengths, it's something that you really want to make sure that you can impose your will. And this first scrum within 4 minutes, let's go.
Crouch.
It's a great field position too. Attacking options both sides. Devin Williams is up in the back line for the Pumas, but it's Western Province that win the scrum. That's always mentally a strong thing too. That first scrum just sets the tone sometimes.
Prinsloo seems to have scrummed himself out of his boot. He's really bust through. He has to change his rugby boot.
Time's off.
So injury time at the moment for Prinsloo. It's the second man that's gone down, and I know that Jimmy Stonehouse's heart will be beating. The one thing he doesn't need is a lot of injuries.
Yeah, he slipped his spine there. At the end, he didn't have much stability as his boots gave away on him. And that's why you see that big, massive pit on that one. Look at that. Studs are gone. Or the old saying of the sprigs.
Well, he's a big boy, is Prinsloo. He's a tough boy too. And it's a change of boots for him. Looking for some magic from his footwear.
I'm just standing by you.
But most interesting, reading up on the football players and how they use 3 pairs of boots, all new, one for warm-up, one for the first half and one for the second half.
Just get everyone behind you so long.
Yeah, I think, you know, since your day, rugby players have been very spoiled, haven't they?
Well.
So Tim Sweel does what he normally does so well, and that is a very accurate boot, whether he's kicking out of hand or off the ground. Spent some time playing in England as well, as did my fellow commentator, a little bit further south though.
Yeah, you did make a visit to Newcastle, played a bit for Newcastle and for the Harlequins.
More over.
So Western Province, a good line out from there. It's a good start. Jacques van Zyl at the back. Godwin Masimla waiting for it, and off they charge. This is excellent from the men in stripes. At the back there's Namakaba. But they've gone into touch, and it's a penalty to Western Province.
Number 6.
All the changes that were made by Jerome Parvata already making a massive impact in this game. The scrum, they got a penalty scrum. The driving ball started going forward. And this is the respect and the challenge they wanted to set against the Pumas. Make sure that they're physical. It's a well set ball, yeah. I enjoy how they gain momentum. They stick together, stay close, stay tight. And that's how they really managed to get themselves a penalty with the Pumas desperate with their defense.
Well, can they catch and drive again? They've had lots of possession, have Western Province. No competition on this occasion from the Pumas.
Number 4.
Now Masimla. Kamal Smith not able to do much with it, but here comes Netlin Frashia. And Ernst van Ryan.
All backwards.
Excellent play this from Western Province. A little bit of ball bobbing, but they've held on to it importantly. Have the experience of Jean de Jong in their side too, and they've got another penalty.
Yeah, you've got the option, so early drive there, offside, yeah. Take the one, this one, yeah.
As per our point just now, our point of discussion, the Western Province's position on the log suggests that they really want to win the game, of course, but they're happy to pursue the line and not worry too much about just scoreboard pressure.
It's more about pride. It's about representing those players who played in that jersey before and how much pride there is within the Western Province jersey. And these players, they want to live something out on this field and make sure that the youngsters, when they look up and they see a Western Province jersey, they can think fond memories of them.
Well, they've won the Currie Cup more than anybody else, 34 times. They're not going to win it this year, unfortunately. But as you said, there's pride involved, which is important. Now the kick downfield. Tristan Leitz is a very, very quick man, so he's the first man to it.
Get blue, keep on forward.
He's kicks down the middle. Or close to the middle, one should say. Now, what does Devon Williams do? Well, firstly, he runs into a cul-de-sac, but they've managed to hold on to it, have the Pumas. And we're looking to the big men to carry it forward now. Fouchier. Also a good kick against the, tight up against the touchline. Swill uses his right boot and catches it brilliantly. And he's got the pass away too. Can they finish this off, Western Province? This is brilliant play from them. First points of the night go to Godlin Msimla.
Oh, Western Province really started off with a counter-attacking play. Tim Swill, man in the middle of that. He does well here to keep this ball alive in contact. The first thing he rights to the ground, he's looking for his support. Sergio Peterson was very close to getting that ball, but Godlin Msimla backing up the scrum off on the inside line. He finds the favorable ball and he's under the post, and Western Province with the start they've been looking for. Great decision making here, seeing that there was no one sweeping behind that first defensive line. And he carried and he brought three players within him by keeping that ball alive. That made that the Pumas could not reset and form a defensive line, and Western Province breaking through and scoring that first try.
I just love the vision that this man showed there. He saw a bit of space, knew a little chip and chase could work, and now he's finished it off with another two-pointer.
Well, that's a good start from a side that hasn't had too many wins. Momentum has been cut, lost from all the breaks that the Currie Cup has had this season. But this is a start. It's something that they will have taken, given that the 10 minutes gone, there will be a try up. And Tim Swill, the halfbacks, working in tandem and finding the opportunity and scoring.
The take by Ernst van Rijn, solidly out of the air.
Use it!
Now Msimla will probably look at a kick over the scrum.
Yep, all good.
Up foot, Angelo Davids, unable to take it. So the knock-on belongs to Western Province. Referee Morne Ferreira playing advantage, and that's a lovely kick as well again. The bounce is favourable. And still Western Province come now. Brilliant support play. One's got to say from all of them, they've got men aplenty standing by. That's Sergio Peterson, who slung to the deck. Now Msimla. Tristan Leitz goes in at scrum up. Swill with a long pass. It's a good pickup too. It wasn't an easy one to pick up. There's Etienne Talia.
Under pressure.
Wow, plenty of action here in these first 12 minutes in Nelspruit.
Well, it was a good high-hanging kick for Godlin Msimla, who really gave enough hang time for Angela Davis to compete on that ball, and it's about winning those scraps on the floor, and Western Province did that very well. And they kept that pressure. Tim Swill here, he spots the space that the line is up. There is space behind him. Look at the bounce now for Tristan Leitz, and he looks onto his inside support play. Players are coming in strong. Dixon, hard running. And there's an opportunity for them. Goes begging out from that pass. Yes, close to the touchline. Great defense there from Devin Williams. But what a pickup from Cornell Smith.
Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Sit down.
So the Pumas in their own 22, desperate to get out. They haven't spent much time in the Western Province half of the field outside of kickoffs. Namataba on the side of the scrum yard. Open side flanker for Western Province. September with a pull-in. Do Western Province get another good scrum? Yes, and so they do. And they've won another penalty. 2 scrum penalties to Western Province.
Well, shows different level, different players. Necklin Forshire really stamping his authority on this game. Quenza Blossett and Jacques Foncel in that front row. The 3 changes that were made in the front row really paying dividends now.
Necklin Forshire maybe doesn't get enough accolades, as a front row forward often doesn't. I think he's had such a good season generally, and it's not just in the set pieces. He's carried the ball well, and of course he's helped for that absolutely monumental scrum.
He was a very talented individual. Great acquisition for Western Province and the Stormers.
Important throw-in for Jacques Foncel. To the front to Van Rijn. Foncel holding at the back, but once again they crab a little bit towards the touchline.
Through the middle. He was through the middle.
Important for Foncel to stay on his feet. That's the important thing, and for him to try and get over. It's another penalty advantage to Western Province. Kaba standing off. The big boys will try and take it up. Yep. Necklin Forshire, I think, is the try scorer.
It must have been very close for Monet Ferreira, the referee, not to give away the penalty try there. Whereas the man who really collapsed it at the end, it was inches away from the try line, which means that the try would have been scored, and that could have had repercussions of a yellow card. But this is good patience from Western Province. Their set was not low enough, but Necklin Forshire showing that he can get down his body position, knowing that he's few meters away. The stretch and the bounce, really good start from him. He earned that penalty, gave him that field position, and for him to finish it off was well deserved.
I think what also helped there was Jacques Foncel. He knew the importance of not going to the deck, and he managed to leg drive himself to stay upright, or as upright as he could.
Yeah, that is the patience that he showed. It's quite easy for a hooker when you feel that everything is falling in front of you, that you want to really take a break or go down to ground, but they kept on fighting, staying in that fight. And Western Province profit with the try.
Tough kick, 2 for Tim Swill. Just the 2-3 steps that he takes. Very accurate kicker.
No.
But not this time. Still, the Western Province are into double figures, and they'll be very happy with that.
And it started off from their forward pack, and their forward pack is the one that's taken this game over. And they've said that they want to really impose their will and show what they made of.
That's a very good kick from Forshire, right up against the touchline. Angela Davids is a tough customer. He's done well as a left winger, but it's in touch. That's the benefit of a kick that just cramps you for style.
It was a good hang time because he got the chasers to get there so that he can make those tackles. If it was a low flighted kick, Angela Davis will have had lots of time and space, which they made sure that he doesn't have any. He's a dangerous runner.
15's a little different to 7 sometimes. You don't have enough space to move in.
So true.
Landsberg has been a loyal servant of this union in the lock position. He's a Zimbabwean. Held at the back by Edwin Swart. September wants and gets. Rare occasion that the Pumas have been in Western Province's 22. Taken up by Kirkwood. Daniel Martin's running past it. A lovely little grubber, but Tristan Lates to the rescue.
Goal line dropout.
It's a goal line dropout. So Tim Swiel will take that.
Everyone behind you.
Secure his best position for that. These have also got to be, these goal line dropouts have actually got to be an attacking weapon in a way. If you can make it an attacking weapon, one of the important things, of course, is again a kick chase. Western Province come up in a line. For Shear. Swiel, brilliantly positioned.
10 on me. 10.
Almost caught in two minds with the Pumas, either to kick for territory or the kick for pressure where they can give it a bit of airtime.
I think Western Province will be happy if they try and speed the game up. The Pumas have got to really just spend as much time as they can making sure that their set pieces can continue like they've done in the past. My goodness, what a kick that is from Devin Williams.
That's a
Absolutely
50-22.
brilliant.
50-22.
They won the line out now too.
Well, it's almost getting a penalty and having that kick for the corner. And this is well played for him. He creates the space by moving into the infield, and that way he aims right there in between that line out formation. That gives enough time for the ball to roll instead of going for the 5 meter, which has to be an accurate kick.
Couldn't do it better.
It was amazing.
Spot on. Now the chance for the Pumas to see if they can catch and drive. Good start from them as they charge for the line. They've got to try. Their first points of the match.
The crowd goes wild, and he deserves so. It's the side that has just responded from conceding 2 tries, and Edwin Swart, the hooker, from their driving more. They go to the tried and tested, and then as they line out, Lungisa being the opportunity and the option in that line out. And this is great work. They really are a brutal branch. These Pumas, they're physical, and they will always stay in the fight. When it comes to physicality, it doesn't get any better. Edwin Swart gets the try. They reward their pressure.
That's the unity you were talking about a little bit earlier, which has been very evident in this team right through the season. You know, one's got to give credit as well to Griquas too, for the rugby that they've played this year too. They've also stayed in the fight, and it might well come down to these two teams contesting a 4th position. For Shear. It looked like a better kick from him, but again it's gone past the right hand upright.
The conversion rate has been good for the Pumas. They first visit with the line out and the set piece on their side. What they do, they profit with the try. Good work and good set piece.
Swiel, this one a little bit flatter than the one of Eddie Verscheers, but well taken. So the Pumas look from a standing start to try and take it forward.
Inside.
Often people ask why they do that, because it just creates a better position for your kicker ultimately, who's going to end the exit strategy. But that ball's not out. In from Dylan Lates and then from Swiel. Now, what can Davids do? Strong runner. But he's hauled in on this occasion by Majima, and it's another penalty. That might be worrying Jimmy Stonehouse a little bit, the number of penalties that the Pumas are conceding.
Clear release.
Oh, Western Province have a lot of faith in their lineup.
Yeah, Western Province not really looking to score any bonus points. Besides that, they're looking for a better performance. Angela Davids, he looks up and he sees the sport between him, Kajima and Tapua Mafura, and he goes for it. Now he has to release Tapua before he can go for the ball, which is the second bite. Never gave a chance for the opportunity
In front of you.
for Angela Davis to place the ball back.
Thank you.
Well, the Hookers will be proud of their performance so far tonight. Throw-ins in the line have been accurate, but often uncontested. Van Sale at the back.
The same ball coming from behind.
Still, Jacques Van Sale with the ball in hand. And taken away by Masimla. Here's Smith. Was that a high tackle? They will come back. It's a penalty to Western Province. And again, they have another chance. The referee might have a few words to say here.
So I know it's different areas, but the penalty count is climbing up. So discipline needs to pick up, please. Just have a chat. Right here.
Yeah. You mentioned it. Discipline from the Pumas lacking. There's 3 penalties in a row. And the referee just asking them to change their behavior. Play much more positive. This is a high tackle. Anything around the shoulders these days, it's all about your tackle technique. Dipping lower in your hips and making sure that you can tackle the player below the ball and below the shoulders.
And Daniel Martins is a real go when it comes to tackling. You've seen it this season from him and in previous seasons. Interesting, Western Province now perhaps taking a leaf out of Nkabani Bobo's book about scoreboard pressure. A very easy conversion for him. First penalty of the game then for Western Province. But they've kicked at goal and successfully so.
Yeah, after theater. Okay. Okay, time's off. Can we get a ball, please? Time off.
Morne Ferreira wants a ball to play with. I think that's a good suggestion.
That will work.
It's another big one from Fischer. Onto Davids again. Absolutely great kick in that. Oh, Western Province. This is where you've got to have confidence in your fellow players and enough patience as well. Just to set things up to exit from here. Masimla takes it upon himself. Rens van Ryn's just having a little chat to the referee every now and then. Not too sure what it is about. And maybe he's trying to soften him up in terms of the line out. Or he's got some advice for him.
Sometimes you just have to put a few things in his head. Just remind him about what the laws are kind of saying, what the Pumas have been really doing.
Maybe what he said to him was, "How's your day been?"
You must be enjoying this beautiful day.
So this time it's a short line out for Edwin Swart. Some competition from Western Province, but not good enough. Swart with the ball at the back. Motionless at the moment.
Ernst van Ryn is through the middle.
15. No, it's always through the middle.
Well, it's good work that from Ernst van Ryn. He's put a lot of pressure on them. September trying to get it out.
Coming from this side.
Well, that wasn't Ernst van Ryn that came from the side. Somebody else.
Namakaba. Naughty. Working around the shoulder. Not bound to anyone.
So the Pumas have conceded 5 penalties, Western Province 3. The important element here is that the Pumas have not got short memories. It's another line out, another opportunity to drive up from there. They've scored a try already from that.
They couldn't get any momentum from this driving ball. There's good work from Ernst van Ryn, right through the middle, playing onto the ball. Now it's these players from the outside who swivel around the corner and then start playing onto the ball.
Oh, that's a brilliant ball, really well executed. It puts all sorts of pressure on Western Province, and they concede another try.
A set-piece penalty and a set-piece play. They had 2 pillars opening up the space in the middle of that line out, and Western Province gave him that space, and then the opportunity was taken. They split the line out up, and there's that space through the middle. And it's good read from Currie to spot that there was no one in front of him. Look at the shift off that drive and an opportunity that opens up in the middle of that line out. It's great analysis from them. And finally executing it even feels better.
Training ground, practice, practice, practice. It was almost perfect, that great throw in. Luckily there's no wind here in the Mbombela Stadium, which is also quite useful. And that surprises me why this man has not slotted enough goals tonight. He's got an opportunity with a conversion now, just for them to creep up a bit closer. And that one's gone to the right too. All of his kicks have gone past the right-hand upright. He sliced them.
It seems to be pushing him, not really coming around through his hip so that he can square up to the post. Currie busting through the middle, and it's a good save for them. They created that opportunity in that space, and they took it.
And Timsfield caught everybody unawares because they stormed up to the halfway line, took the kick in very quickly, did Western Province. Oh dear. Well, now you see it, now you don't.
Ping pong, yeah.
Two Western Cape boys having a little chat. I should say Western Cape born.
Former teammate. Junior levels of Western Province.
Here's another danger. When you've scored points, somebody comes back very quickly and bites you. And the Pumas don't want to do that right now. If you look at the game situation right now, they're 5 points behind. We're still short of half time. They've really got to try and dig deep now.
A kick receipt is a set piece. It's something that you train and you practice. It's a concentration. It's about staying in task. Once you've scored the try, first things first is what is our next task? How do we reconnect ourselves so that we can start again? Drop down the whole arousal emotions and now focus on what is the next task.
Do Western Province probe the blind side.
I'm on crouch, you're on bind.
They've got Marabi at the back there. They've got Sergio Peterson on the right wing. It all depends on how their scrum goes, and to date it's been exceptional. Quincy Blase on the near side, supported by Jacques van Zyl, and of course the ever-present Neetling Fashia.
Crouch! Bind!
I haven't seen much of Jean de Jong yet at the outside centre. The ball hasn't really gone his way. There he goes, blindside, looking for the opportunity. It's been knocked on. Well, I think they're going to have another look. No, the referee says it was deliberately knocked down by the opposition. That warrants a yellow card then as well, doesn't it?
Well, it all depends what Ben Cross sort of sees over here as the television match official. Was the ball? Yes, it was. Talia's hand is the one that hit the ball to the floor. And Sergio Peterson took the chance. As Etienne Talia is wrapped into the tackle, got hold onto the ball, and that's where the ball was dislodged. That's the winger. Look at his hand that hits the ball out of Sergio's hands.
We have to review this.
There's no question about it. I mean, this will be looked at by Ben Krause, our television match official. It's pretty clear.
Ben, I'm coming to you. So my actual decision is a try. I have it knocked on by pink hand in the tackle, and then blue picks it up and went on to score a try. Please confirm the facts.
Okay, Morne, we'll get back to you. So we got an on-field try.
Yes.
We're just going to confirm the facts quickly.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Morne Ferreira might change his mind when he sees what happens here now. Just have a look at this ball. Have a look at the left hand of Etienne Talia.
Yeah.
And there he knocks it down. That'll be a yellow card, surely.
Forward of pink.
Yeah, that left hand is a telling factor, yeah. Him as an adjusting defender comes in to try and wrap the ball up, and then he hits the ball out. of the hands of Sergio Peterson,
Where's Billy?
who was waiting with that big basket.
And then I don't know what question marks there are around him scoring the try, because I think that's perfectly legit.
Already before the ball goes forward.
Right, Mornay?
Yeah, so it's off his pink hand that I have. Okay, let's wait, yes.
Yes, Mornay. So I can confirm that was backwards from pink. No touch from the blue player, so you can stay with your on-field
So
try.
off a pink hand, try stands.
Off the pink hand, backwards.
Well, these are the consequences of not receiving your kickoff after you've scored the try, and then you concede because you haven't done your basics right to get out of your own 22. And it's good on Western Province on taking that opportunity. We spoke about how much you will be fighting for those scraps, and that's part of fighting for the scraps, making sure you have to put enough pressure from their kickoff, and that happens when the team is as desperate as Western Province looking for that win.
Well, it all ends well for Western Province then. Sergio Peterson with a bit of work to do there, did it really well. Angelo Davids. Western Province holding on to it on the ground. Ben Jason Dixon very involved there, but they've conceded a penalty.
Number 3, around the neck.
High tackle, says the referee.
Nathan Faucher on his clean out. He was beaten down on the shoulder. Depth didn't go low enough to get underneath the defender.
Number. So a lot of penalties around different areas. Discipline need to pick
As
up,
for
please.
a rolling tackle, he needs to get lower than he is. And Edwin Swart does well to go for that ball. So that means that he got beat to that challenge of the breakdown. The shoulders were down before his were.
Get that line out, works well for the Pumas. And yeah, they come, and there they go.
In touch first.
Well, the assistant referee on the near side has his flag up.
In touch.
You think about Jimmy Stonehouse, Friday the 13th. Bad luck of losing players.
Time's off.
All of a sudden, all these decisions seeming to be going against him. Martin, he really full foot on the line. And that belongs to the touch.
Time on.
Dorian Landsberg just went to that line out of the foxtrot. Looked like he was struggling a little bit with a lame leg, maybe. But he's thrown straight into the cauldron. Well, we spoke about the set pieces of the Pumas that have been good this season. They certainly have also done well with their driving mauls. This time, Western Province take it away from them. It was a vital collection that by the men from the Cape. Now Swiel.
Stop. Stop.
Davids with a chase. Reporter with a catch. Evan Williams deciding to go down the middle. One of the benefits as well of having a man playing on the right wing who's a very good fullback. Multi-talented. Reporter.
Offside 2.
Change of direction from September. Now the long pass. Yes, Davids. Well,
Number 2 offside.
that would have been a good race.
Yeah, there was no opportunity there for the Pumas. All their players never retreated back to get themselves into a position where they could be running onto the ball. Ed Faucher had to just throw that pass so they can get his penalty.
Eddie. Shot. Shot.
Well, it's been a tough night for Eddie Faucher tonight with
There's now your
his
official
normal,
warning.
reliable kicking boots.
Warning, yeah.
Jumping the gun there was Fonsal. Very soft penalty to concede for Western Province. But they got themselves into this trouble, never kicking the ball out whilst inside your own 22. That's when you reach for the stands, not the hands.
That's a neat little adage there.
Good on that.
10 out of 10, my boy. There he goes. Given this a really good whack, but it's again just past that right hand upright.
Well, one of the most reliable kickers in the Currie Cup, and we've seen him with stats of 90% and 88% high up the top there. And today, something mentally is not clicking.
It's at a time really when his team needs those points too. They trail by 10 at the moment. Devin Williams with a catch. Now Willie Engelbrecht. September. For Shear.
7.
Tim Swill, another good field position. He's always seems to be in the right position to field those kicks. For Shear. Now Devin Williams. Sees a bit of open space, but who's there? Tim Swill. Now, what's his plan? He'll be an up and under. Pumas guilty of letting that ball bounce, and as a result, Western Province have held on to it. Now Makaba. I think it might have been a knock-on.
Pressure coming in from Alveno Visaki. When you think about that pass, was it really on from Quenzo Blassa? Well, I enjoy forwards when they think about going forward first. Ball was tapped backwards, and this, for me, you have to consolidate this position. Give it a chance, go forward, set up an opportunity for your side, secure position.
Good previous scrum, keep it there. Good scrum, let's keep it there.
Let's go.
Well, as we edge towards half-time, the coach sitting alongside me here, Kabani Baba, what's under discussion in those changing rooms at half-time for these two teams?
Well, Western Province will be looking at it, and they'll be happy about the energy that they've brought into this game. The work rate off the ball, the stuff that they've been doing that is unseen. It's not what we talk about when we're calling in the commentary. And that commitment has been good for them. That's what they have to keep up that effort, put on that pressure in those set pieces. For the Pumas, more patience. Patience.
And a good scrum on that occasion for the Pumas, and Talia sadly unable to hold on to that.
Angle.
And that's part of that patience. Tyler, the first thing he was thinking about there was to make the line break and go score the try instead of just catching the ball first.
He knew there was a penalty anyway. Penalty advantage.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I knock it on.
You'd have loved the try though.
Of course he would have. Well, this time Eddie Fisher is going to kick for the corner flag. He's lost patience with himself in terms of getting points from the boot.
Or was it Billy Engelbrecht saying, I'll make the decision? And straight from the scrum, they finally get a bit of upheaval, the Western Province pack, because now it's a fight from Kone Faria against Nathan Fosher. And they've created an opportunity. We've seen their first try from a driving move. Now this is the patience that they will need. They need something to be positive going into the change room.
Well, can they achieve that from this line out? They've had a good start to it. So important to stay on your feet, and eventually it's Edwin Swart who's brought down. Now, chance there for Lungisa.
Oh, what a steal.
Again, it's excellent play from Western Province. They've done it on 2 occasions already where they've got out of trouble in there, close to their goal line. Davids. Similar for Shear.
Okay, leave it.
Now Massimla, he'll probably kick it himself. He decides, let's kick it straight into touch. We're just about on half time.
13 offside.
Penalty against Ivana Fasaki for offside.
Well, we talk about precision and we talk about accuracy of how great goal kickers and passing. That it's the accuracy of how you read a breakdown. Namakaba was outstanding in the way that he spotted that opportunity. And his whole intention was about getting to the ball, not even playing the man. And that was brilliant for him. He's really brought Western Province from facing the flames to cooling them off.
He reminds me a lot of a young man called Heinrich Rousseau. And
Thank you.
Very, very good fetcher. Plenty of pressure on the man on the ground.
This is a man possessed about possession, and he goes straight for that ball. And such a high intensity, he makes it. And then Alvino Visaki shutting out the outside opportunity for Team Swill. He jumped the gun and he was offside in front of the last man in the ruck.
Numbers?
Well, they've all had a look up to see how much time is left.
5.
And this should be the last play outside of a penalty.
It's been an interesting tactic that Western Province have been using, going with the 5-man line out and setting up driving mauls with that.
Over.
Well, that's why. Able to make some very, very useful ground there. Now similar. Referee says play on. He has a chance now for the Pumas. Wouldn't they like to finish this first half with a couple more points in the bag? Swapped. Buta sounding in the background. So last play for Shear. Quickly through the hands now. Njima also going to ground, but importantly he's held on to it, made sure that his team still has possession. Now Princely. Fisher into a half gap there, Eddie Fisher. Then he's done well. They've controlled their possession. Now the long pass. Williams over the top it goes. We know Etienne Talliard is a very good finisher. Didn't get the opportunity on that occasion. Kirkwood. Oh, sleight of hand. Pumas, an outstanding play. Now they're in the 22. Have they got the patience and the accuracy now to keep things going? Western Province is desperate times for them.
Solid.
Absolutely stunning tackle that from Sergio Peterson. Punching above his weight. Still they come. Swat. 12 phases they've taken it through, the Pumas. Western Province will claim that it was a counter-ruck, but the referee's not happy with that, and he's given a penalty to the Pumas. Let's just hear what he's got to say, if he's got something to say.
The on a warning, side entry.
Well, that's a yellow card for Western Province.
And Jason Dixon is the man who's been dispatched.
Yep.
Still an opportunity here for the Pumas to take something to the change room.
It is an opportunity. Western Province are not going to compete in the line-out anyway, and more particularly without
I think that's a knock on
one of their lock forwards.
Game is general play.
Well, there's two ways they can try and compete. Is either in the air, which you mentioned, they lost the jumper, but coming in and clearing a man from the side and really slowing the ball down after so many phases under pressure.
Ball.
Well, they've started well. Yeah, they come again at the line. Great defense that from Western Province. That's another penalty.
Yeah, Keke Morabe, the 8th man from Western Province, not rolling away. He's quite a specimen. They've got him defending in that 5-meter channel, as they know that if any peel-offs and they go to the front of the line out with the front peel, he's a big, physical, strong 8th man. He can withstand that bit of pressure and hold him up. Another technical approach from Western Province.
Well, yeah, they come once again, but into touch they go, and that's going to be the line out, which means half-time. And the Pumas have grown in stature as this half progressed, one's got to say. But Western Province it is who's actually holding the lead there with those 3 tries that they've scored. The Pumas have scored 2. Unfortunately, the boot of Eddie Fisher, their primary goal kicker, has not been on song tonight. And his opposite number, Tim Sweel, has done pretty well from the fly-off position. So half-time here in Nelspruit then. It's Western Province 20, Pumas 10.
Cutting-edge F50s take to the water with new rivalries and more drama. Get ready for adrenaline-fueled racing. Sail GP starts Sunday, live Sky Sport.
Can I help you?
Henry.
So we've met then.
Yes.
your day.
We just happened to each other in the wrong order.
I hate to be where she's not. I think I'm going.
No, not now.
I love you.
Thursday, The Time Traveler's Wife on Vibe.
Lights out, W Series is underway. Oh, that's a hit! Jamie Chadwick's been hit! Oh, look at this! There's a change in the lead! And there's the move.
Head down and get up to the car in front.
Brilliant victory in the wet for Emma Kimmerleinen. Alice Powell gets through to give her the championship lead. Jamie Chadwick retains her crown in some style. This is W Series.
Goal! Good awareness, good vision, good shot.
The yellow fever is out in force. Catch the next in the A-League Elimination Final. Wellington Phoenix, Western United FC. Tonight, live on Sky Sports 7, BN Sports.
Playback. Guys, this is the entertainment capital of the world.
So step right up and take your seat. The journey of a lifetime is about to begin.
Sing 2, available now on Sky Box Office.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Oh, they're neck and neck! Contact! He's off! This race is far from over!
Roland Garros starts May 22, live Sky Sport.
Well, for the first time in the 2022 Carling Currie Cup, Western Province are showing their worth, truly showing their worth, with that 20-10 lead at halftime. 3 tries to 2 it is, but the Pumas were starting to come back into the hunt as that first half came to an end. It was Tim Sweel who had everything to do with this. A great catch, good vision from him, terrific support as well. And Godlin Masimla was the man who could swerve away from the initial tackler and get Western Province on the board.
Well, Western Province catching the Pumas from the transitional and counter attack, and then they found a penalty from the scrum, and their set piece has been strong. Great patience here shown by Jacques Vancel, the hooker, who stays up in play and makes sure that the maul is still alive, and that created an opportunity. They stayed on it, really getting a bit of traction off the ground, and then once they took it down to the ground, it was Nietling Fouché who got himself in the right position. The body positioning was perfect, and he drove himself over for the last 2 meters. And that's Western Province's second try of the evening. And then the Pumas had to respond, and they went back to their forwards working hard. Edwin Swart breaking off in the front peel to score that try for them. The crowds were very happy with the response of the home team. And again, back to what they've tried and tested. Conor Currie finding the space in the mid of that line out, and he scored the second try for the Pumas. But Western Province were not done. Straight from that kick, from missing the conversion, the Pumas, they missed their kickoff and they were under pressure inside their own half, and that led to the scrum. An opportunity for Godlin Masila to go to the blind side, tap the ball down by Taliad, and then bounce into the favorable hands of Sergio Peterson. 3 tries were up for Western Province. Well, the stats sometimes they do tell the story. It's the penalty count that you look at it now, but it's the one that really worked out for Western Province with no possession, but making sure they play in the right side of the field. They've scored and converted every time they got into the 22. 20 points to 10, Province lead.
The best of British is live on Sky Sports.
Who's it going to be then? When the lights go out, we're gone! Oh, we got another one down! Right from lights out, he has looked absolutely superb.
Straight all night.
You can't take your eyes off the British Superbikes. Live on Sky Sport.
Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
My entire life got screwed up. Could you make it so that Mysterio never revealed my identity?
You ready?
Whoa, hang on. What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
Hello, Peter.
With Sky Go, nothing gets in the way of watching the shows you love. Whether you're on the go or just having a duvet day, Sky Go makes it easy to stream the big game or binge a box set. Browse the TV guide and remote record to your My Sky box from anywhere in New Zealand. Watch it your way on your smartphone, tablet or laptop, or cast to the big screen. Sky Go, it's Sky that goes with you. Download the app now for free.
Should I tell you a story?
The story you have been waiting to hear.
Oh yeah.
Come explore Sky Movies Family.
Worlds of infinite possibilities.
And better in every way.
Is this some kind of dream?
A place of wonder.
Still think you're dreaming?
Full of excitement.
Are we going on an adventure?
Do you trust me?
Okay, I trust you.
A place where
Anyone can be a hero.
Excuse me?
I'll tell you how.
All you need are the right ingredients.
Strength?
Joy
Determination?
and bravery.
You've got to master our fear.
What you need to believe in is you.
I'm gonna be a hero!
Anything can happen. I should think so.
For some, the quest for gold never ends. In sub-zero temperatures, under Arctic ice, the obsession won't stop. Even when hell freezes over.
Bering Sea Gold starts Wednesday 8:30 on Discovery.
It's time to tease the walls at the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. The best ready for the green light to ignite. Each corner breathtakingly close, flooring it to the finish. The Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, live on Sky Sport. Coverage brought to you by Repco.
Welcome back to the Mobella Stadium down here, or up here, should I say, in Nelspruit. A glorious evening, and so far a glorious one for Western Province with that lead of 20 points to 10. Well, the crowd are out here, and there's a lot of people here, and what's nice to see, there's a lot of young people out here too. And they've created all sorts of competitions, we've heard as well, for the school with the most pupils that come down here wearing their school uniform in whatever that form might be. And that's just wonderful to see, besides the old diehards and everybody else that has come down to follow the Pumas team. And maybe they've got a little bit of a sniff too, that there's a chance that their team might well play in the Carling Currie Cup semi-final. Well, the next few weeks will tell us that, won't it?
Oh, definitely. And it's good to see that the locals have really identified with their side and they're really proud of their region, and they want to be here and they want to show their youngsters who the professional team is in their region. And it's good to see the young ladies and the young boys here, the future of South Africa, really finally leaving home and getting out to the stadium, which is outstanding after what we've been through. And the Western Province fans who were sitting pretty isolated.
Well, there might be a few others too that decided not to put their Western Province jersey on just in case. But at the moment, they'd be very proud to be wearing it. And Jerome Parvata, I think, will be very happy with that first half performance. So are we going to see a game of two halves like we've seen so often in the past in this year's Carling Currie Cup? Can the Pumas work their way back into having a winning margin?
Normally the first half they play with a predominantly grey jersey and they come out with a pink jersey in the second half. Let's see, maybe a new team.
Tap down coming from Peterson, did really well there, Sergio Peterson. Good start for Western Province. Taken up by Jacques van Zyl. Sweel. A little chip from Tristan Lades, that's beautifully fielded too. Any difficult situation that for the Pumas. And here's the benefit of having a left and a right foot kicker. Kick downfield from Devin Williams. Now it'll be an up and under. No, it won't be. Decides to run at them, does Tim Sweel. Yetland for sheer standing off. Needs close in support. Bear in mind, Western Province on a yellow card. Ben Jason Dixon is in the naughty chair, and that's a high tackle. This could be trouble.
Yeah. Second blow off the whistle tells you that something is going into the pocket. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen him actually show him a yellow card. I didn't see that, but he's definitely coming off, and he will get a yellow card, or he's been given one. Lungisa.
Yeah, and then Lungisa compromising his defensive technique there. Led with his arms. Pretty much if you dip within your shoulders and lead with the... Dip within the hips and lead with the shoulder.
It's the second one that Colonel Smith's got in the match. He got one in the first half too.
And now he gets another one around the neck. And it is all about the impact and the force that was put in that tackle, which is why it just turned into a yellow card.
Well, it's 14 against 14 then.
Discipline for the Pumas. It's probably something that Jimmy Stornouts really did stand hard in the change room.
Yeah, he's a great disciplinarian in the true sense of the word, or in the positive sense of the word too. Which he's applied to his own life as well over the years.
Number 4, double banking.
Double banking that time from Western Province.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Was Ernst van Rijn. He was the lifter. You know what he done there is that he used himself as a buffer to keep the jumper away from the Pumas. And that's taking away a contest.
Now just thinking about Eddie Fashier's goal kicking at the moment, and it shouldn't really affect it as we have another look at that double banking. But I just wonder if he's been influenced mentally a little bit by playing centre three-quarter throughout the season and going into the centre position, but having to come into fly half at a late stage in this game without looking for excuses, as these things can affect you sometimes. Now that's a neat little kick that from the fly half, but it bounces for Angelo Davids. I would imagine that Stonehouse also wants his team to play a little bit more territory if they can. They didn't enjoy enough of it in the first half. That's a great kick in. Oh, Williams. Tristan Lade's in a good position. Well, that ball tossed away, so it's going to be a scrum down. I think the strength of both of these teams is pretty much the players that are on the field, with due respect to the replacements too, but they no doubt will come into play. Tristan Lace might be asking himself if an up and under might not have been a better one, particularly close to the touchline.
Yeah, both teams, I'll say they were very tentative in their decision making. Nothing really deliberate about what the intent was about. And in that way, that's when you find those sort of half going for trying to beat the man and passing in contact without actually dominating the contact to make sure that your offload is much easier.
Okay, time's off. Guys, let's form, please. Let's form. Let's form. Time back on.
So a little bit of shuffling around of the teams with the players off with yellow cards. Western Province started the match really well with two great scrums. They then conceded 1-2 as the first half wore on. The Pumas looked a little bit stronger on that occasion. September. Now the long pass, and there's space found there for Philly Engelbrecht. Could it help them if they play a little bit wider, the Pumas, and open up space? They've tended to rely on the boot more than anything else at times. Well, Western Province now take away the possession. Lates. Sweel. Backfoot Edian Tolyard. Great attacking winger, but he's in a defensive position right now. Mukura. Sweel. It's a kicking contest at the moment. Who's going to win it? Now Sergio Peterson, he'll want to run it. He won't want to kick it. But he decides that's the best option. Knock on coming from Western Province. Referee playing advantage. Going to have to come back. Marcel Tennyson will not have a run into the try line.
Western Province decision not to play in their own half and really kick the ball back at the Pumas is really taking the shape out of the Pumas attack. And the players, the forwards of the Pumas, lingering in between the 10-meter lines, really trying to figure themselves out and not really knowing when the kicking contest happens. The one thing they need to do is to stay connected, and that way they can keep their shape. And if they can turn over the ball, go back into the shape and keep the width of the field. Similar on defense, that's the easiest way to make sure that you can adjust and stay connected.
Well, counter-attack is all about having players in the right position too, and enough of them. And I don't think the Pumas have really managed to get their players back into a good attacking position. Devin Williams on that occasion maybe was looking for someone to work with, and then he was forced into kicking. But luckily, of course, the scrum, they were playing advantage, so they have the put in. And counter-attack is about confidence too, but also confidence in the players around you, if they're there. Eddie Fischer's kick has gone wildly into touch, so they're going to come back a long way. Things not really going right for the fly half tonight.
Well, the kids are out here having fun. That attacking shape. We mentioned Tennis de Beer. He's the man who's been running the ship. And now Ed Foucher had to really come up and step up to that space. And it's going to take him rhythm. Well, that's a nice thing about being a teacher.
You've got to be a conductor of the choir as well. Neat line out from Western Province. Still they go. Van Zyl at the back with the ball. Wandering downfield. Cornell Ferries coming from the side. There's Cornell Smith. And they spin it quickly. They haven't got enough players out there, Western Province.
Go backwards.
That's going to be a penalty to the Pumas. It's great work on the ground by Eddie Fisher. Well, they've taken it quickly now. They want to try and catch Western Province unawares. Speed the game up.
Let's play it.
Happy to run with it. Well, the penalty count has been mounting now on both sides. And two coaches that will be pulling their hair out.
It's a disciplined game that they need to bring some discipline in their game, the Pumas. They got a penalty, which would be easy also get into the opposition's half if you just slow it down and kick it in, and then go to your strengths, which is your set piece. The quick play, they made 20 meters, they got turned over because no one is in the right positions to play, because that's not how they play the game.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, perhaps those things are all going through their mind as Edwin Swart takes it up.
They are isolated. Now McLava wins the race off the shoulders into the breakdown, and no one can move him.
So Ben Jason Dixon is back on the park for Western Province.
Junior Pokomela is coming on for Keke Morabe, a number 8 position.
Let's go.
Junior Pokomela has really strived in this blue hoops. And in the Storm is his form that he has shown. Stalwart for the Cheetahs.
Hold on, blue, come in. Come into the line. Thank you.
Went to a good school, my boy. You didn't want to mention it, did you?
Quebeca High.
Oh, the 15.
Great running here. Terrific play this from the Pumas. Everybody on the front foot. Out from Kirkwood. Now, for sheer the long pass. In times when it just seems as if there's some real urgency in that team, in the Pumas team. Western Province making the tackles.
Great line speed for Western Province.
For sure. Western Province employing a rush defense on and just really almost pencil-like, closing things against them from the outside, but then they give away the advantage with another penalty.
The one thing about line speed, it takes away the options, takes away time, and time really stresses the skill set. And that's what they've done. They've driven them back with the tackles and the line speed that they put on. Yes, ill-disciplined at that breakdown. Ball not out.
Ball's not out. Well done, Tristan Lates. Here's Sergio Peterson. Oh, beautiful. All the way through. Now, can he find someone to, well, I was going to say pass it to, but instead it's Devin Williams belting down the line. Can he make it to the corner? Back it comes again. They need quick possession to the Pumas. It's slow in coming, but they've won the penalty.
It's in the red zone. It's a bit cynical play from Ernst van Rijn.
So Ben Jason Dixon was the first lock to go for the yellow card. This time it's Ernst van Rijn.
Cynical side into 4.
Well, keeping the ball in hand. The only opportunity that Sergio Peterson had. Gordon Masimla didn't want to get involved with that kick because he was in front of the man.
Thank you.
Split decision making as well. Just have a look now. Where's the support play?
In front of the player. But look at this now. Ripping away, but Tristan Lates, this is great chasing. He tracks well, he stays onto the inside. Yes, he misses, but he slowed him down enough to get the numbers. Ernst van Rijn just on that play. Under pressure, 5 meters out. After a line break, the ref had to make a decision.
Took one for the team. He took one for the team.
More. Over.
So it's Western Province who have 14 now, and here come the Pumas. They've got that try. The first points of the second half.
Well, this is what they know about. This is a blueprint of the successful rugby. As to play from set piece to set piece, get yourself in a position where you can go for the try. There's a check.
Yes, Monet.
Onto the decision is no try. We have it knocked on. Please clear the facts.
Okay, so on field there's no try. We're going to clear this and see, get a good angle view.
Yeah, thank you.
Obviously, when the field is marked for football, it's a little different to rugby, and those two lines there could make things quite difficult for you to know which one you've got to go over.
Which one you don't go past the other one.
Go past the other one, yeah. Well, it's Daniel Martin's in the front.
I think they left the ball behind them. That's where Junior Pukumela's picking up the ball. But this is a different view. The ball loses from Mertens.
Yes, Monet can confirm the ball was knocked. You can stay with your on-field decision, knock on.
Thank you.
The wonders of modern technology.
Knocked on.
None of us picked that up.
Goal line dropout.
So it's going to be a goal line dropout.
That's the second one turned around for the Pumas.
No, we have it inside.
And that's not converting with the scoreboard pressure.
Time is still off. One blue.
And how this game has been so close. No team is running away with it. You have to convert those opportunities. And that's where the ball separates from the arm and it drops onto the floor before the goal line. It's supposed to be a 5-meter scrum there.
Okay.
And meanwhile, Leon Lyons has worked his way onto the field in place of Gwenzo Blose.
The ball's knocked on before the goal line, so it's going to be a scrum.
Yeah, it's got to be a scrum, quite right. It was before the goal line that it was knocked on.
No, the ball knocked on. Scrum.
You had a choice.
Knocked
what would you go with, the scrum or the goal line dropout?
Oh, I'll take a goal line dropout.
If you've got someone that can hoof it a long way.
I think it's something that still needs to be exploited by rugby.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Especially the team that is dropping their ball. Most teams will land their sides very deep. Can you kick a contestable kick to someone who you know has got aerial dominance so that you can retain position, bring them back so that you can create that space they're trying to cover?
And of course, on this occasion, if you've got a decent scrum, it does provide you with a platform for your exit strategy.
And we did mention scrums. That's another part of alleviating pressure. If you scrum for a penalty here for Western Province, then you get to retain position when you're kicking it out.
Well, I think they've had to again move Marcel Tennyson into the lock position with Urs van Rijn off the field. So might be a little bit of pressure on them too. Oh dear. A little bit of pushing and shoving there from the two scrum halves. Nothing worthy of a penalty. So Masumla now under a lot of pressure. It's not a big in-goal area. Tim Sriel has done well to kick it out, but it's not out though. Now Devin Williams across the field. The little tap kick infield. Talia couldn't take. Disappointing end there.
Yes.
To a real opportunity one feels for the Pumas.
I'm going to do that.
They're a hungry team.
Yeah, definitely a hungry side.
None.
Just for me again, it just shows you needed to make that decision quite early in what you're intending to do. By giving them the chance and opportunity to realign by taking your time so that you can see and assess the space. Western Province got themselves a chance here to give him a chance with these two. I think they were changing hashtag.
Let's go.
Two cats having a scrap. Well, there'll be a lot of relief for Western Province now. Have got themselves away from their goal line.
Let's go.
There's been no change to the scoreboard.
Let's go.
a real live wires of regular scrum offs. Not the biggest man, but probably with the biggest mouth. Just so competitive.
Time's on.
So Jean de Jong standing a little bit closer in the inside centre position. Might be asked to carry it up.
Canal Smith has gone to the scrum.
One angle, no behind.
They didn't earn the turn there, the Pumas, so they penalised at scrum time.
One angle.
Princeto's not very happy with that call, or with himself, or whoever it was. Referee too.
They're calling him for scrumming in between the tight head and the hooker of Western Province. That means he was not taking on the fighting nickname for sure. There's a leader scrumming. So from the angle, he starts on, front on, and that's when he turns without earning the rights, as you mentioned.
No competition from the Pumas on that occasion. Jacques van Zyl still in possession at the back. Out it comes. Ronald Schmidt, desperate not to get another high tackle. Well, the breakdown points have become increasingly important as well in this game, and there's a huge competition there, one's got to say.
Use it.
Now Tennison. Change of direction by Western Province, quickly through the hands, not much room to move in. This is once again where patience is important, and need I say accuracy.
It's the mistake of a knock on from the Lions.
Time's off.
I just felt Western Province playing from one side to one side, and it really gave enough time and a chance for the Pumas to just stand up and form and connect on their defense. And knowing that they were playing because they know they've got 5 more minutes with Ernst van Rijn in the bin. Western Province thinking that if they can keep possession, they can stress the defense of the Pumas, but you really have to make them chase around the corner.
Good. So a little bit of attention there to Namakaba, but he's back on his feet. He's had a very busy game, which is what we always come to expect from him. Really is an 80-minute player. But the crowd here have loved their evening. Beautiful, beautiful early winter's evening in Mbombela.
It doesn't even feel like winter.
I think it's winter, isn't it? Or autumn.
It's autumn still.
Okay, guys, let's form.
You know, they say that
it's been very fresh in Johannesburg.
The weather has changed somewhat over the years, and of course so have the seasons. We now play rugby in summer and cricket in winter. But I think you're going to have a big eruption from all these youngsters and everybody else if the Pumas can get some more points on the board.
They're making the most out of it. The night out, past their sleeping time.
Thumbs off. Let's go. Thumbs off.
So Devin Williams is standing in the fly half position. Eddie Fischer standing out in the centre 3/4 position. And they have looked like a level of permanency with the positioning that they've got at the moment.
Time's on.
When I see that position, it just shows to me that they're trying to kick from the one out, and Ed Fischer with his right-footed kick, he'll be the one who's open up with the space.
Pancake.
But they have to scrum first.
Number 3.
Eddie Fischer will want to make very sure that he gets this one out. Last one didn't get out. That's a very good kick from the fly half.
Sending it all the way back into the half, just outside the 22, and it's their possession from the penalty. It's been a good contest between the tight head and the loose head from Western Province and the Pumas. And this time it was Nathan Foucher leading. And that way he left his chest. And look at those penalty counts now from Western Province. Discipline really keeping the Pumas in this game.
Small. That's over.
Western Province applying pressure there at initially at the breakdown point. Nothing wrong with this tactic. Nothing at all, in fact. So the Pumas, the crowd start to chant. Can they find their way through here? Desperate times once again for Western Province to make their tackles if they can. September caught in possession. Forwards looking to carry it up. So important to try and stay on your feet when you've got ball in hand this close to the line.
Yeah. Number, last feet.
Lungisa. Once again they come. And it's been ripped out brilliantly by Western Province. Downfield from Tim Swill, and once again he's relieved the tension. Wow, can they find a way through here? The Pumas, the little chip and chase. Which way does it bounce? Well, Tristan Lates has got himself into a good position, but also a tangle. So it's been carried over. This is scrum time now for the Pumas.
It's a good read from Devin Williams. Seeing the shoulders of Angela Davids turning in, knowing that his winger is free. Davids comes into attention where he didn't need to. And that opened up the space for Mafura, who looks for the space behind the last man defending. And great chase here from Alvino Visahi. They get a 5-meter attacking scrum now, the Pumas. With Prinslip.
Okay, he's being subbed.
He's needed for this scrum. He's getting the cramps and he's already been replaced. Looking for those points and looking for those numbers as Diego Maritz has replaced him in number 18th jersey. Actually, it's at Simon Raw. That's Simon Raw. Scored a few tries, Simon Raw, in the season.
Okay, Blue, let's go.
Well, there still seems to be a lot of energy in this team. And Slubbert is on as well, on debut, in fact. This is his first match for the Pumas in place of Lunsberg.
Blue, let's go.
It's a great opportunity for him and for his family. Getting their name into the Currie Cup roster.
Okay, let's go, please.
Chance to leave your dreams and play in the Friday nights rugby.
Well, now's the time when the scrum of Western Province will be sorely tested, but they have a lot of faith in it.
Control the set call.
One change in the front row, of course, but of course they've also got Ernst van Rijn still off the park in the naughty chair. Crystal September will be weighing up his options too. For sheer fly half, backline are all up together. Will we see a cross kick potentially to Etienne Talliard, or will they try and push Western Province back over the line? No, they won't do any of that. What they'll try and do is score. Was that ball under control on the goal line?
September. It's gone and taken his jersey and really has grown into the player that he is.
Coming to you. On for decision is a try. I just want to confirm that there was no separation of the hand and the ball before the grounding.
Got that? We're going to look for angle on for decision try.
Yes, thank you.
Well, from looking at the first reaction, to me it all seemed all good, and it's a try.
Advantage at the scrum.
Ball was placed on the line. Definite. That's the replay that makes it look a bit scary.
Well, the question around separation was a key one there too, and I think that's fine. That is a try.
Yeah, those are all the angles. You can stick with your on-field.
Thank you. Try.
So Kabani, finally, they've managed to get that elusive try in the second half.
Finally got to convert inside the 22. We've seen them camped up into the Western Province half with no success, nothing to bring from it. They've turned the ball over about 4 or 5 times once they've been inside the 22. And this time, Cresswell September, reading what's in front of him and spotting the space and going for that try. Great decision making from him.
It was fantastic, in fact. Did really well to get over. So Fischer still trying to find his first successful kick of the night. All the others have gone past the left-hand upright as you look at it. The right-hand upright as he looks at it. Man for the occasion.
Oh, he celebrates. It's the pink jersey.
Yeah,
it's the pink jersey. Well, they only trail by about 1-3 at the strong scrum form. The Pumas. September does well, carries the ball in 2 hands, keeps Pernell Smith, who's scrumming at flank because of Ernst van Rijn being on the sin bin.
I sense we could have a very interesting finish to this game. Just over 20 minutes left.
Straight off.
Well, when you score points, make sure you don't have points scored against you in the few minutes after the restart. Western Province have an opportunity here with this accurate boot of Tim Schwill. And Shane Kirkwood looking a bit bemused.
Again, after scoring the points and trailing only by 3 points, they gave away a penalty. And this is about accuracy again. Not giving a chance to compete. Simon Roy is lying over the player, not even up against an opposition.
Yeah, it should be 17.
And that seals the chance to compete for the ball, and that's why it is a penalty.
The stadium scoreboard that need to be updated, 17.
No problem for the bearded one. He's made sure of those important 3 points to stretch that lead to 6 points.
Yeah, Pumas are doing such good work to pull themselves within 3. And now they trail by 6.
Oh dear, that's straight into touch from Eddie Fischer. So they'll come back to the halfway line.
2 basic elementary mistakes, and look at Angela Davids knowing that he can have a quick line out on the halfway line.
Scrum option.
No one is there. Well, they've conceded points, and it's a mistake now. They're under pressure. Scrum at the halfway line. 25 seconds left on that yellow card. They've only considered 5 points, Western Province,
just left of the mark,
after shipping out 2 yellow cards.
Yeah, when you look at game summaries, I suppose there's a lot of things you take into account. Your penalty counts, number 1. Are your success at your set pieces, and the number of cards you might have acquired during the game. Western Province, both locks getting a yellow card during the course of the game.
20 minutes of playing against 14 men.
Well, they've stood well in this scrum, have Western Province. They've got a penalty advantage. Now Swill. And that's gone straight into touch, but it won't matter because they'll come back for the penalty.
And that's 2 mistakes that there's 3 mistakes if you put from them, causing your penalty and within conceding the 3 points, kicking the ball out on the full. Now conceding a penalty at the halfway line gives a chance for Western Province to stretch the lead to 9 points.
This might be quite a brave call as well from Tim Swill. He's on the halfway line. I know we talk about being at altitude as we watch that scrum cave in, but here at Nelspruit, your altitude is not quite the same as it is in Johannesburg.
Well, that's low felt. Dense wind, humid. But if he does anything, it just buys them time to bring up the yellow card from the sin bin. It's a shot to nothing. If he gets it, bonus. If he doesn't, they back in their half.
Yeah, well, 26 points and 9 difference. Yeah, he hasn't made it. It's gone beneath the crossbar, but enough time for the yellow card to come back on the field.
Works hard for everyone. And they're back in their half, and they're going to receive the kick from the 22.
15.
Well, Tristan Lane's number has been pulled.
No problem.
And Chimanga.
Eddie, just wait.
Ebenezer coming onto the wing. Sergio Peterson moving on to the fullback.
Time back on.
And it's a kick onto that soft same man, Sergio Peterson. Oh, that ball's been turned over, and it's going to be a scrum down now after a double knock there. First one from Ben Jason Dixon.
Yeah, Ben J. Dixon. Well, they felt it with himself the way that he protected the ball into contact.
Time's off.
Yeah, that's key. It's all this part of the rugby discipline. How you protect the ball when you're going into contact. One of the first skills that you learn as a junior player. Make sure that you carry the ball away from contact and tuck it in a knee with bicep.
Makwadana on for Daniel Martins.
Well, this try was just brilliant vision from Tim Swill, and it all worked out for him.
Yeah, let's go.
His decision not to die with the ball and keeping it alive and popping up to the supporting players, which is a key element of the game. When someone flies through, you give them the support. And here, Nethian Fushi staying as low as possible and that driving more from that ruck. And then it's a power game when it comes to the Pumas. And Edward Swart, loads of power. This is a good variation from a line-out set piece, and the space was open in the midst of that line-out, and Conifere scoring that try. And here, a bit unlucky for the Pumas that the ball was bounced off the hands of Taliad, and Sergio Peterson profited. Good decision-making here from Criswell September. And scored the third try. 6 tries in this game. Very tight at the moment.
It's a strong scrum from the Pumas. Billy Engelbert held it at the back. Doing some wayward passing. There seems to be a lack of confidence at times, and then a thumping tackle there.
Not on the ball.
But they've held on to it, have the Pumas. Decide to go blind. Now the pop pass.
It's all backwards.
Western Province once again having to make a lot more tackles than they made in the first half. Kirkwood.
That's it. Quite knock on.
I think it's been an energy-sapping game in many, many ways. This time it's Western Province who have the advantage of the put-in. There's a lot of tired bodies out there, and I think none more, not necessarily that man, Shane Kirkwood, but the guys who've had to do the patrolling at the back, they've had to do quite a bit of running, haven't they?
It has been a lot of running. I think where they'll be disappointed, the Pumas pack.
Okay, let's go.
They could not get into the game where they're coming around the corner, where they can build and sort of keep up to the attacking shape. They found themselves having to use the ball where it's been awkward, and the only thing they could really sort of stem the authority with has been the set piece, and that's been the driving more. In the scrums, Western Province have really held on, and they've been strong and most of the times dominant with that, winning penalties. And for them, it's the basics that they really need to go work on how they can keep their attack in shape when the team is forcing them to a kicking game.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Tim Swill might be eyeing the corner flag here for a kick downfield, but first of all, They've got to get the ball, but they don't get it. The Pumas with a magic scrum.
Massive from them. Good response, especially after my comments.
Yellow pot, clear dominance.
Well, I just, you know, when one starts to look at kicks as well, and I don't want to harp too much on Eddie for sure because he's a very good rugby player. If he'd got 3 of those kicks over, you know, they would have been in a very, very good position.
Well, Pumas, well, this time around, Currie gets it right, and the referee is right with the picture and happy with the picture that he sees. And they really did attack the hooker and the tight head of Western Province. There's a change in that front row. I think Llewellyn Clarkson has come on.
Flag on.
Giovanni Sneeman, the scrum off position for Christmas September for the Pumas.
Just 15 minutes left, in fact less than that, for the team to make a change. Desperate for another try. And this time, again, it's a reverse penalty.
Losing patience, the Pumas. Western Province got themselves in the right position to defend that driving move by getting lower than the Pumas pack. And they lost the patience by breaking away from it. You mentioned Jacques Francel doing that well for Western Province by staying up and showing patience. And this time he exposed himself. And Namakaba, you don't give him a second chance on the breakdown.
That ball's not out, is it? From Tim Swill. Western Province will have to get a crossfield now to try and defend here. Here's the kick from Eddie for sure. On to Angelo Davids. Almost a hospital pass that initially, but a great play there. And Western Province again just get themselves out of a little bit of trouble. Similar, thinking about kicking over the top. He's got Eddie Fisher standing quite a long way back. And that hasn't gone deep enough. Talia. Now Fisher, the long pass. This is better from the Pumas. That pass is forward. Oh, they're going to have to come back for that. That was definitely a forward pass. But still, the Pumas hunt for the try line. Devin Williams in the right of picture there has got cramp. He's been battling with his legs for a while. There's a few others as well that are cramping.
There's ball back on the inside from Ellen Levin-Gisa. Definitely a forward pass, and that's where the player should have stopped. But here, how great was the work from Chimanga to get in between the ball and the will-be supporting player. That is great rugby IQ of understanding where the opportunity and where the threat was.
Well, changes are plenty on both sides for this final stanza.
Lee Marvin Mazibuko coming in for Nietling Foshia. He's really had a great innings here, 67 minutes. Showed it with the prominence around the set pieces, but it's the work off the ball that is done well, with and without the ball.
Okay. Net 10 meter weg. Net 10 meter weg vir klap. Okay.
Now one wonders where, if it is in fact cramp, where this has come from, but I suppose it's maybe fairly obvious, is it? It's been a high-paced game, and it's humid here too, so you're sweating a lot. It's
so 13.
So there are quite a few players that have been battling a little bit at the moment. Still 1 or 2 down.
It's understanding hydration.
Kijk, als een goal maakt.
Is het 4 man? 3 man.
Okay. 15 pinks got to come off. Let's get a sub on, please.
It's a it's a big worry. Devin Williams is probably not in a position to continue.
He's been struggling with that since the first few minutes, as you mentioned. And he's been covering a lot of ground. He's been the man who's been fielding all the kicks that
Okay, it's a replacement on.
the kicking bombardment and strategy from the Storm or the Western Province from Tim Swill. And at the end, he could not stay as long as he wanted. He has to make a way. Yappy clean-ons.
Over.
Well, short line out call. Western Province successful.
Use it. Wait.
Tim Swill has got to be as quick as lightning to get that ball onto the boot. It's not out. Here they come. The Pumas. Again, another chance. Mapura, he's caught in possession. There's a lot of pink jerseys spread around this field. Can they find a way through? What are the options they've got?
Time and space. Defensively, Western Province really getting up into the faces of the Pumas. And the Pumas, this is what's going to happen when they get into the levels of playing into the playoffs. When things start to really up and ante a bit, teams will really put them under pressure, give them less time to react and make decisions. And if that's going to be something that's going to upset your skill set, it's something you need to work on at training.
Well, it's all part of growing up as a rugby player.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Key decision making in less space and time, and all the other things that go with it.
Scores 23.
Always a great chest. So Junior Pokamela just getting some attention.
As well. So we've got the TV time. Yeah, so we've got about 11 minutes left.
It's like a medical camp out there.
Yeah. Klaar clear. Kijk, die telling is net gevries. So 23-17. So 11 minuten oor. Ja, klaar clear.
Currie, attention to
1.
Have you ever seen a referee get cracked?
Good night.
Well, well, you just found out that he's on camera. Now because he knows where the cameras are, and he's showing the kids. Well, it's so good to see the fans out to back in rugby stadiums and in all field and sports events.
And we cannot underestimate the importance of what it is for the players to have that buzz around the field again. You know, a lot of the players have said to me, it's just so soulless almost playing in an empty stadium.
Oh, that's exactly what they are, the fans. They're the soul of the game.
We will control your actions. Control your actions. Get stability.
So a couple of changes, of course, in the front row, which the referees very often remind the two front rows that everything was fine before you guys came on.
Not you guys again.
Western probably spending a little bit more time in their own half of the field in the second half. They still have the lead. Now, De Jong. Seen very little of Jean De Jong in this game. Western Province do the right clean-up work there at the breakdown point and then lose possession. The Pumas know how important this match is for them to A, win it, but even better still with a bonus point. Both teams have got 3 tries that they've scored. The Pumas have to go and play the Bulls in Pretoria next week. They then play the Cheetahs in Bloemfontein. They then have Griquas here at home. Which of those can they win to secure a 4th place, if any?
And they only trail by 2 points to the Griquas, which right in line 5th position. The Griquas side having a bye over this weekend.
Hold on.
Slayman over the top. That's a good kick that. Up for Tim Swill. Well taken by the fly half. It's a brave take in the face of a big challenge from the men in pink. Peterson. It's a good kick that from the right winger now playing fullback. And some good pressure too from Western Province. Everything pretty closed up there, so no real chance of getting past there for sheer downfield, straight down the middle. Now, Peterson, he's got the pace, but he's got no support. So decides with a little kick, and it's not a bad option, that. Now, I don't think Angela Davids agrees with me on the right wing, but he's kept his team in the hunt for more points.
And the best thing about it is he's driven the ball and kept the ball in front of his forwards. They've been under pressure and under siege for the last 10-20 minutes. And the only thing that they want to do is to give themselves 70 meters to defend. And that will give him a chance to be in this game. And they've been living off the scraps. It's been good to see Chimanga's compact and impact that he has made. Put on some strong tackles, and there's a good chase now from Western Province after the kick from Sergio Peterson. It just shows you what they stayed in the task and their game plan that they brought here to Nelspruit.
Also a lovely opportunity for Chimanga, of course, as well on debut for Western Province. Well, we've had a lot of stoppages for injuries, haven't we, in the second half? Mohamed Klaba, who's off the park too, also looks like he's picked up an injury. Now the little chip and chase. Which way does it bounce?
It's all backwards.
Not favourably for the Pumas, but they've still got possession.
50-22 is on.
Fashia's kick. It's a long chase down towards the corner. It's a brilliant kick that from Fashia.
That could turn the things around here for the Pumas. Starting to manage their kicking game better in the second half.
Well, I don't know how many math students they've got in that Pumas team, but they would have worked out that if they score a converted try, they're in the lead.
And definitely that's a bonus point too, which is something that they want to get out of this game.
Time is off.
And the driving maul has been unstoppable. That's where they've scored most of their tries from.
Let's go.
Set piece.
So you see Etienne Toliard at the bottom of your picture here, standing very, very wide, looking perhaps for the possibility of a cross kick. I don't think the forwards have got that in mind.
Not anytime soon. He's not going to see that ball.
Time's on.
6 men in the line out. Kirkwood with the catch. Can they get their drive going?
Through the middle.
That's excellent defence from Western Province, and they've won the scrum. How often haven't we seen the Pumas in a favourable position, tossing it away?
They could not convert again from the set piece after a great raking kick from Fashia. And then the forwards. It's great work from Simon Miller to get through the middle of that maul.
Okay, guys, let's form so long.
And this is Bobby Alexander getting a chance here.
Let's go, please. Let's go.
There's massive reps about him down in Cape Town.
Lots, let's go.
Well, Bobby Alexander will be the shortest man on the field, if nothing else. For the Carl Jimboy.
What a game. 162 and 2 meters playing in the same team, competing amongst each other.
Nice opportunity for him too. But he's in a very tight position where he is at the moment. As well, here's Cornell Smith. He's been well guarded by the centres playing against him, but it's a penalty to the Pumas, and the crowd are going wild. Here comes Fashia, decides to take it and run. Oh dear. The Pumas have made an awful hash of that.
Game discipline. You have to go back to those basic core fundamentals of what makes this team, the Pumas, the team they are. It's because of they driving more. They scored 2 tries from the set piece in the more. Yes, the other one was got done. But this is when you need cool heads to make the right decisions.
Pink on the line.
A quick tap, isolated. Bobby Alexander makes the play, and it's a big play.
Yeah.
Excellent play from the little man. But a wrong decision taken there by the Pumas. Hindsight is a very exact science. But it also teaches you quite a lot. And there's been too many of those for the Pumas tonight. The game's not over yet. Western Province still in their 22. Alexander. Again, it's thumped into touch. They stay inside their 22.
It's time to strike now for the Pumas. Those are the opportunities and the way they've thrown the ball. More opportunities in the midst of the lineup. Do you understand that? Because that's what most teams give you, just opportunities to get the ball into the front of the lineup or in the middle of the lineup. It's a back ball that is quite difficult to handle because it creates opportunities for the attacker side.
It's easy to throw it into the middle of the lineup because you've got most of the locks off for the yellow card. Very messy on this occasion, but they are looking to clean it up, other Pumas. They hold on to the possession. Western Province spread across the field. Oh, interception, but it's not going to count. They're going to come back for the knock-on. Could have had a dramatic finish there.
Okay. Let's get them to set, please. Let's get them to set.
Well, like a thief in the night.
Okay.
Pumas had the opportunity that they thought was going to provide them with the 7 points that they need to overtake Western Province. Well, look back on this, whichever way you look at it, as a game of lost opportunity. Bobby Alexander and Tim Swill will want to get out of their 22. Starting to feel the pressure. Not a great ball now, but there's enough time here for Swill to do a good job of getting it out almost up to the halfway line. He's such a steadying influence in this team, Tim Swill. Does all the basics well. It's up to him to control, ultimately, the destiny of this game when he has the opportunity. So Llewellyn Claassen will have the throw-in.
Over the 15.
To the back. Well taken by Engelbrecht. And then, oh dear, it's another knock-on. The knock-ons, unfortunately, keep mounting. 17 between the two teams to date.
Time's off. Kramper. Thank you. Okay, 2 minutes left, let's go.
So Western Province, their last Currie Cup victory was on the 15th of January when they beat the Lions down in Cape Town by those 12 points. It's been a long wait. And it's not secure yet either.
Let's keep that standard, it's very good. Time's on.
Locks. Lockies.
So at the moment, the Pumas have a single point. They're within 7 points of their opposition. If the scoreline stays the same, that's not enough. They would want more than that to take the pressure off their upcoming games. Peterson. Alexander.
No.
Tennyson finding a bit of space. So Western Province, can they put a nail in the coffin here? They're going to meet some very, very solid defense, I'm pretty sure. This game is so vital to the Pumas. Western Province happy to hold on to possession too, but they haven't done it now. Once again, it's the Pumas. Mapura's kicked downfield. It's a long, long chase. And the stadium lights have just gone out. Oh dear. And they don't just come back on, I can promise you that.
Straight off feet. Same as the one over there. 14 straight off feet. 14.
It's going to be a penalty, but
yeah. If I stopped play there, you would have done exactly the same.
So those lights, as we probably all know, when they go off, they maybe take a half an hour to come back on again. We had that situation in 1995 with the Rugby World Cup in Port Elizabeth when the Springboks played against Canada.
You guys would have played on and they would have been all happy. I cannot stop, you can still see.
So the big question is what happens now. You can see it's 80 minutes is up. So essentially, the game is over, but the Pumas need 7 points. And they're not going to get it from the boot of Eddie Fisher.
Say again?
Well, I don't think there's enough candlelight that's comes from your mobile phones. Unless you've got a phone like that, maybe.
But again, you had the ball, and we continued play.
Yeah, if I stopped, picked up the ball, he was stopping because
no, he didn't stop. Hey? He didn't stop.
No.
Sorry, is the game going on?
We're waiting now for the lights, yeah.
Oh, we are waiting for the lights. I believe that lights don't come back on that easily, these floodlights. So time is essentially up, so to speak.
Yeah.
There's one final play now that will be forthcoming with a penalty to the Pumas. Somebody's going to ask, how long do we have to wait?
Waiting for the lights.
For the lights. If the lights don't go on, we're going to stop the game just here.
Oh, there's 40 seconds left.
Yeah,
so we're going to wait, yeah.
Yeah, but if it doesn't get on, we're going to stop the game. We can't play like this.
And then we'll make a call with Super Sport as well.
Yeah, but
yeah.
So while we're waiting for the lights to come back on, maybe we can just have a look and see what is in fact coming up tomorrow at
is the broadcast also affected?
25 minutes past 2. The Cheetahs will be up against the big match for both those teams, of course, and then the URC Benetton up against Zabre. The two teams from Italy that will be contesting that match in the URC, and that's at 5:25 tomorrow. Well, that's an even bigger match, that the Heineken Champions Cup semi-final, Leinster against Toulouse. That is really Ireland against France in so many ways, and then Racing 92 up against La Rochelle. So
40 seconds.
Plenty of rugby this weekend to watch, and that includes the European Challenge Cup semi-final, where Lyon up against Wasps, and then Toulon against Saracens in the other semi-final.
Yeah, so we're waiting for that to kick in.
So lots of rugby for you to be able to follow this weekend and enjoy from Britain or from Europe, as well as here in South Africa.
That is true.
One's got to feel for the players too in a situation like this, because you don't want to get cold, you want to keep moving. You've got a call to make. So as it stands at the moment, the Pumas in that 5th position with 20 points. And with some very, very tough games coming up too. Western Province will remain in the 6th position where they were at the start of this match. And the Lions struggling along with 3 points. But they have a chance against the Bulls tomorrow in the hope that they can maybe do what Western Province have done so far tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, my dad was running time, so I guess all fair over. But there's 40 seconds left in the game.
In the game, yeah, but
yeah. Hoe laat is het nou?
Of hoe laat? Waar is die running clock?
Dat is net na 9 al.
Sean de Jong's got to make, he's got an appointment at 9:15. Get this game over with. It has dragged on. We've had a lot of stoppages for injury during this game.
In the news.
We heard Morne Ferreira say that he's got 40 seconds left of this game.
Okay. 2 minutes. It's starting to go on, so 2 minutes. Yes. Okay.
Well, maybe there's some electricians out there or people that better understand this than I do. You tell me, how is it possible that those lights can come on so quickly after they've gone out? Anyway, it's definitely a lot lighter now.
Yes. Going it on.
So Eddie Fisher is going to kick for the corner, and they're going to trust their line out, the Pumas, to at least get them 5 points. And then it'll be down to the boot of Eddie Fisher to get the 2 to give them a victory.
What? 40 seconds. Okay, we're good.
Hey Presto, we've got light.
Sealing off, yes.
So it's a 5-meter line out for the Pumas. Big pressure on Llewellyn Claassen. He's got to get it in straight. Western Province won't compete. They'll be all about defense. And if a try is scored, they want to score very far out to make the conversion difficult. Can somebody do something with this? Eddie Fisher is thumped into the deck. Is there a way through this Western Province defense? And everybody knows you cannot afford a knock-on. There's been too many in this game already. Lungisa.
Yes. 19.
Just edging closer. They carried the ball through 10 or more faces on a number of occasions in this match, the Pumas. So they've shown the right levels of control. So far they've made 5-7 meters. The try line beckoning in the background. There's tension on the bench. There's tension in the stands. Can they find a way of finishing this off? I don't think they can. Western Province have taken it away from them. And one cannot help but feel sorry for those men in pink. But Western Province, when the time has been needed for them to stand up and be counted, they've actually done it, and they've done it really well. They'll look back on this, only their second victory in this year's Carling Currie Cup, with a lot of pride. They had to get through a lot of work, Western Province. They scored 3 tries in the first half. Their second half was only a penalty from Tim Swiel. They were under all sorts of pressure. Well, Eddie Fisher will be disappointed with the outcome, and also disappointed with his boot tonight, but that's rugby. You have those times. He's a very very good rugby player and a very good kicker too. And tonight, basically, it just disappeared. So the final scoreline then here in Mbombela is Western Province 23, Pumas 17, and downstairs is Kobani Bobo.
Champion of the match is Nama Kaba. Nama, when I look at you, I see relief. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, Kobani, I wasn't Chableganjan. Yeah, it's a huge relief. I think it's just testament of the work we've been doing, you know, between those long breaks. You know, when people see from the outside, looks like we're not getting the results. I mean, we've got a young team, but it's just really testament of the hard work that we've been doing within the team. And yeah, just to get that win, you know, the traumatic end, the load shedding and everything, yeah, I'm very relieved.
How proud are you to be wearing that jersey, and how proud are these boys to be wearing that jersey?
You know, as I've always said, like, we live and die for the hoops. Yeah, really proud to be wearing this jersey. And yeah, I'm just really proud of the guys for getting the result. It's been a tough campaign for us. And yeah, we even say that, you know, it's probably like out of reach to think about the semis, but a result like this just restores our pride and like, yeah, this badge that we play for and our teammates and our coaches that we play for.
Thank you so much, and well done for this evening.
Yeah, thanks, Bobs.